I'm going to try and follow Enisa's lead and do a live demo. So I'm Nuwan, and I work with the GVL team. So this is this is a modification we made to add workflow support to Genome Space. So for those of you who are not familiar with Genome Space, you can think of it as a kind of a Dropbox for genomics data. So the difference though is like you can plug or bring your own storage and plug it into Genome Space. So for example, you could connect your Dropbox or your Google Drive, your AWS S3 buckets or Swift containers into Genome Space. You can mount it into a folder, and then you can browse around in it like a standard folder in a folder hierarchy. So Genome Space basically acts as a storage broker. It mediates the communication between different storage backends. You can share stuff, you can copy stuff. It's pretty nice. So I'll give you a quick demo of that. So this is what it looks like. So just so you get a quick overview of what it looks like. So you just get a folder hierarchy. These are some public folders. You can copy and paste and do things like that. And you can also, from this menu, you can connect additional storage into this. So why this is important is that, like, right now when we use Genome Space or any kind of, especially cloud computing, you need a way to get your data into your instance, do your analysis, and then maybe store it back in secure storage. So there needs to be a centralized place to store your data. So typically, especially on a cloud instance, you don't want to keep it running and you don't want to store your data on that cloud instance. You just need a way to get it in there, process it, and put it back. So Genome Space offers a nice central way of doing that, and that's the critical thing about it. So what we try to do is, like, there's already support in Galaxy for Genome Space, and what we try to do is to add workflow support to it, so you can start by pulling in your data, processing it, and putting it back into Genome Space. So that would go into your Swift container or S3 storage or whatever you like. So we started off by basically creating a reusable command line client. So that's actually available as a Python library. It's got a bunch of it's got the command line client. It's got a small Python library. It's got reasonable test coverage and so on. So you can use it if you just need to do just need a Python API to Genome Space. So the next thing we did was that we took that Genome Space command line client and we wrapped it as a standard Galaxy tool. There are a few complications because you need some support from Galaxy itself, so we had to make some changes to the Galaxy core as well, and we issued a pull request for this whole thing into Galaxy. So the next thing I'll do is I'll actually give you a quick demo of how that works. So if I go into this Galaxy instance, you can go into get data and then select the Genome Space importer. So this is what it looks like now. Some of you may have used the previous version. So now it pops up a dialog instead of having it embedded, and you can now select a file you want. And if you execute it, that file is fetched into Galaxy. So the Genome Space exporter is exactly the reverse of this. So what we've actually done now is to add the workflow support. So I'll let this run for a bit. It should hopefully not crash. Okay, that worked. So here we have a workflow canvas. So I'm just going to drag and drop the Genome Space importer here. Click it. So this is the extent of my knowledge of biology. I know that you can change stuff to uppercase. So I'll do that now. So, okay, change case. And then I'll set this to send the resulting data back into genome space. So send data, genome space. So this is our workflow, but obviously it can be arbitrarily complex. So we connect this up like so, and we're going to say that this we will set at runtime, the input file, and the output file we will also set at runtime, and this will be our output text file. So if you go into genome space right now, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to now save this workflow and run it. That might take a while. So for some weird reason, I think this server is particularly slow, and I didn't have really have time to set up a new one. It'll take a few. Okay, there we go. So now, so it's the same process. You can browse for your file. That's your input file. So I'm going to take this one, and then I can choose the target directory. I'll choose the same one. So, and we already set the output file as output.txt. If you run the workflow now, it should do the whole process. So it will fetch your data from genome space, run your computation, and put the data back into genome space. So you can have it in your choice of storage. So, okay, almost there. Okay, right. And if you refresh this now, it should be there. All right. So, thank you. Okay, so that's all.